Welcome back. Today I'm going to be relocating the Speedo, and beforehand on the old risers I just had it on one of the riser bolts and it's sat just around here. Does normally have a backing light. I'm not going to run it, I'm just going to keep it just standalone. And essentially my little idea is, because I'm not running any indication lights, I'm going to try and notch this out, well, get it cut out, and we're going to try and sit this into here. But we're going to try and get it so it sits nice and flush. And my theory behind that is, when I'm on the bike and you're looking down nice and central, everything's just super even and aesthetically pleasing, and little details like that go a long way. So let's get at it. So essentially all I want to do is use a pen that actually works. Will you work? You do work. Yeah. So I'm going to cut all this section out, smooth it off and get it all polished up eventually. Boom. Get this cut out and hopefully set this in here and get it nice and flush. Back helps. Around about there. So what I've got in mind, my only issue is going to be the Speedo cable and my headlight positioning, so I might sit it up a little bit further and maybe give it a little tilt forward just to give it a little bit more clearance so we can get the headlight in maybe a better position. But I kind of like it, a little bit goofy, but I want to keep it because we have tons of speed cameras and I do a lot of city riding, so we'll keep it in. But I think that'll look cool. So I've got my little template finished, and this is just going to be a very simple bracket that can run straight across flat, because looking at it, to dodge the Speedo cable and give us a little bit more wiggle room, it would actually sit pretty much in line. So I'm going to get that transferred across from here onto here. I've already got my centre punch marks ready. I'm going to get it drilled, then I'll get this template roughly around it, but we're going to do 18mm across and just taper it over a little bit where I'm going to run a 19mm hole, just so we've got plenty of clearance around where the Speedo goes. Cable, Speedo cable, you get what I mean. Anyway, next. So the actual stay screw is actually, I think that's around 20mm. So after spending 20 million years trying to drill a hole, I only have 19mm. We're going to just notch this out instead of trying to make one big piece that goes round, because the Speedo doesn't weigh much, so that being 3mm is plenty thick and going to be strong enough. So we'll get it cut out and we'll smooth it off nice and round, and probably finish it off just so these are kind of parallel, and match that on the other side. I haven't filmed myself painfully cutting it with a cutting disc and a hacksaw. One, we need to invest in a nice good pillar drill. Two, we need a bandsaw that we can use vertically as well. That would be fucking handy, but we're making do with what we've got so far. So next I'm just going to get it shaped up with a flap disc, and then we'll get it all polished up. it done. Quick little polish, nothing special. Let's get it on the back, see how it is. This is how we're looking. That is literally not fucking going anywhere. Oh, that looks tidy. I'm happy with that. That's how it's sitting underneath. We'll give this a good polish in the future. Same with the actual little headlight visor. But I'm going to wait until everything's off for painting and everything's disassembled. And, you know, when I can get around to doing the forks. But I'm happy with that. Try and get a short one. Who knows? Tidy. Happy with that. Let's get it ticked off the list.